Hello Libra, Marina from the Butterfly Effect. This is your reading for May 2024. It's for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. And roughly, May 2024. We are looking at the 12th house for this month, Libra. So issues around, I think with Neptune coming through here, this is a lot of dreaming, and I do have the moon come through as well. It may be, fantasy or fantasizing, but it could also be a month where we're sleeping a lot, we're very confused, we're maybe feeling isolated. The 12th house represents endings and secret enemies, secret affairs, the unconscious. It's prisons, hospitals, monasteries. There is a feeling of that. It's almost a fear coming through this month of maybe being left out or having some sort of I don't think it's a financial loss. I think this is more of like a physical loss in terms of feeling not included or left out, left behind. I don't know if you're maybe anticipating some sort of news this month. I don't know. There is a kind of slightly maybe foreboding feeling. I'm not saying that that's actually the outcome, but there's something to do with some travel here, Libra, that I'm not sure is able to happen, or it's absolutely complicated. Okay, so yeah, 12th house can represent all those issues, including loss. We could be feeling kind of disorganized this month. Sorry to start on a really negative note, but what can you do? It may resonate, it may not, it might not be your reading, but I mean, the highest sort of octave, if you like, of Neptune is, the visionary, union with the divine, that sort of thing. But it can represent, greed and fraud and deception, disguises, drinks and drugs. There may be a health issue here as well for my Librans. That has been a bit of a theme in my readings of late. Again, I don't know if it's actual just yet, but it might just be literally a fear. And obviously this might not be you, Libra. This might be somebody you're connecting with in the month of May. So the energy for Libra is the Destroyer in reverse with the sword. Now, the Destroyer in reverse is usually self-destructive energy, and a theme of the 12th house is the theme of self-undoing, as they call it. And this could be in terms of knowledge or in terms of speech, but it can also be that you're making possibly self-destructing decisions, the decisions that are not good for you. And the sword usually represents being very clear-minded, and yet we have Neptune here. So it almost would feel like you may think you're making clear-minded decisions, but with the 12th house being here and Neptune being here, I sort of feel that you actually maybe don't have all the information, or I think there's maybe just a lot of emotion that's, driving these decisions. So that's definitely something to be wary of in the month of May, that you don't, do yourself any sort of injury. I don't mean physically, obviously. Yeah, I mean, it could literally be in terms of, how you communicate or information you have. I'm feeling that there may even be like, a drive to like make clear-cut decisions, to like, it might even be to kind of cut and run, not going to lie, because I'm seeing the scythe coming through with the feminine energy and the Six of Swords, and that's the significator for the month of May. This is a card of travel, transition, moving away from difficulties. But it's with the female energy, and there's two in this reading with the scythe. Now, this would normally be you, but it doesn't have to be. And the scythe is about doing something suddenly, rashly, but it can also be about cutting things off, omitting something, removing something. It just feels like, I don't know if something kind of crops up, or it feels rash because the Destroyer's here. It feels rash, or it feels possibly not the best decision because Neptune's here, So just, keep those in mind. But there's definitely some sort of, movement or transition, or at least that's a desire. And the difficulty is emotions, the King of Cups in the crossing position with the home card here. This could be somebody you share property with, you actually live with. It can be your father, it can be somebody close to home, or it can be someone in your local branch office, that kind of thing. But the thing about the house card is also a card of secrecy, you know, privacy even. Sorry, just moving myself around. And, you know, I am seeing the Tower up here. I'm seeing my health and well-being card here. I'm seeing some sadness, not able to move. And, it, you know, it really could be that somebody is, you know, I'm not getting like the rest and recuperation, but it could be that somebody is sick or somebody is hospitalised or somebody's not able to go where they want to. But the crossing position with the King of Cups, and on this I actually got staying alive, and I'm going nowhere when I got here with the Chariot in reverse, saying that we're not able to move. I mean, the issue is the Six of Swords. We want to go somewhere, you know, or I want to, you know, go on a trip, or, you know, just leave somewhere. We can't go somewhere. That's basically it. The Chariot's in reverse. So, you know, it could be a mechanical issue. It could be that you don't have the transport. It could be a financial issue, because that's literally a fear with the Five of Pentacles. But, excuse me, I did get, you know, somebody help me. And it's with the health and well-being card here. So our emotions with the King of Cups, if this is not you, then this is usually a Scorpio, or it can be just a water sign, but it's somebody who's emotionally dysregulated, or, you know, who's over emotional. And it may well be because somebody's kind of like, you know, stuck at home, or they're dealing with, you know, family issues, or issues, you know, around property. Yeah. It might be, you know, buying a new house, or selling a property, or whatever. Basically, the upshot is we're not able to move this month. The literal outcome is coming through with the ship about travel, movement, transition, and we've got the snake. So that can be, you know, lying, betrayal, complications, the other woman. Yeah, and the Sun's in reverse. So, you know, we're disappointed. We're not able to, you know, just kind of get free and go where we want to go. So that is literally kind of the theme of the month. And if I'm speaking to you, Libra, and not your cross watcher, I think you have to be careful of making rash decisions this month, or decisions that are, you know, being driven through fear. Yeah, where did I get turnaround? In the future here, I've got the Queen of Cups for the Child and the Fish. So this can speak about some new source of income. The Queen of Cups is literally the partner of the King of Cups. So I do have a relationship here. And, you know, the future energy would be very nurturing with the Queen of Cups. It can represent the mother, you know, the wife. And, you know, we could be, I don't really see a pregnancy here, but I do see that it's something to do with children and money as well. And how you're being seen is the Empress. So, you know, as much as I've got the King of Cups in the crossing position, I do think I'm probably reading for a feminine, but if not, then the Empress is speaking of fertility, abundance and pregnancy, but this could be the mother. I'm getting very strong mother vibes here. And there's some sort of obstacle or delay in terms of, you know, getting to where we want to go. There may be, not necessarily an invitation, but yeah, there could be. I just feel there's somewhere we want to go, and for whatever reason we're not able to go. Now, with the moon being up here, and again, so this is my second female coming through. Crikey, they're a bit hot. With the Tower card, this can speak to a female from the past. It can speak to a female in business, someone we're dealing with in an official capacity. But when it's coming through with the moon, especially with, you know, Neptune and then the King of Cups on his side here, it just sort of feels like emotions are most definitely an issue, you know. And I mean, we're looking at some sort of deception or confusing energy, maybe a kind of fear that's cropping up here. Maybe with the Seven of Wands reverse, and I have to say that is the only fire in the reading, and that was kind of speaking to me like being a bit demotivated, you know, lackluster, not particularly, you know, energized. The Sun in reverse is also about energy and vitality. That's reverse. So it's almost like we literally don't have the energy to go where we want to go. We might know where we want to go, but we can't go there. Either we're not sufficiently motivated, and we don't have the full information, especially with the snake being around. That means that there are diversions and delays, complications. And in terms of your environment, is one of the Two of Swords, and with another female. I'm not saying they're all women, it could literally be the same person. There's the conversation with the female here that's been blocked, or you're being blocked from having a conversation with a female, or it's in some way difficult. But that is your environment. There is a hope for, you know, something new, maybe actually something new from the past, actually, you know, kind of re-energizing something, a new love or a new interest or something we liked or loved, maybe in terms of job or profession or career that we want to launch. We want something new, and the fear is that we're not going to be able to do it. We're not going to be physically able to do it, and either just at this time or at all, or we're not going to financially be able to do it. And that is literally the upshot of the reading. Whatever way I cut and dice it, emotions are most definitely an issue. Being able to go where we want to go is most definitely an issue. And the outcome is that we're still kind of delayed, and, you know, there's still complications. And I think that, you know, I think it might bring up some aggravation. Just for the destroyer here, you know, let's just have a look what the destroyer is saying. Because I mean, I say aggravation, but there's really not enough fire in it. But it might not necessarily be fire in terms of, you know, motivation. It might be like, you know, physically unable. Let's have a look. Tell us why Libra has the destroyer. Oh, but look at that. I've got the sword now. I've got here the fiery swords. This is masculine energy. And the topsy-turvy. So everything's arse for elbow. Everything's upside down. We're not making good decisions. Oh, that gnome is my drunken gnome. He's in reverse. He's got a headache. He's got a bit of a hangover. He might have had a bit of a stumble. So here the fiery sword is the initiator. And it is about, you know, truth and illumination. So we're determined to carry through on something. And the sword is in the upright. Just with the destroyer here, I just feel that, you know, we are in the 12th house here of, you know, hidden enemies and whatnot, and self-undoing, that in a sort of feeling of chaos and, you know, a real drive to make a decision and make it clear cut and go in this direction. I just don't know if it's the time. I don't know if somebody's physically or financially able, or is in the, you know, who's this King of Cups? I mean, it could be you, but I don't think so. There's somebody that lacks courage to, you know, make changes, start something new. Singer of Transfiguration is in reverse at the base of the deck here. That's the card of transformation, you know, metamorphosis. So this is somebody who doesn't have the courage, the confidence, the ability to change something up that they want to. And I'm saying again, it is just the month of May, you know. It's not like, I just have a feeling that even listening to this reading, I might feel kind of fatalistic that we're not able to get what we want or go where we want to go, blah, blah, blah. But no, I think it's more a case of it's maybe just, it's not going to happen in May, you know. And because the destroyer's here and we are very driven, but we have got Neptune, we don't have the information, we may be a bit confused and maybe misinformation. It just maybe feels like we need to maybe stick a pin in it until there's a better time. Let's have a look at the unity. I ain't missing you at all, John. Wait, we're hearing. So I don't know if you're missing somebody or you want to go and see somebody. Maybe this is who this Empress is. So the outcome is the Sun reversed. Yeah, there's a connection here. What's that? Collection of pixies. I just feel that we want to connect with either one individual or a group of people or a certain place. And yet, in some way, it's complicated. Now, it could obviously be, you know, a third party here with the snake. That can sometimes be the other woman. She's usually trouble. Yeah, the Luathis the Wild is in the upright. Crikey. What's that? Guardian at the gate. It's not the time. The gate is closed. You're on the runway. You're not able to take off. There are delays and complications with your travel this month, Libra. I don't know where you're planning to go, but you ain't going. You're just not going. And this is, Luathis is driven. He's motivated. It can be the love at first sight card. It's somebody, you know, who is very wild energy. It's very excitable. It's hot and heavy, and it wants to go and it wants to make a connection. And, you know, it's not happening this month. There's only so many ways I can say it. It's not happening this month. It's a general reading, so let's just take a bit of advice. It is a bit short, but you know, I can get into all the nitty gritty and, you know, he said and she said, but ultimately it's not happening this month. It might just be the message, Libra. So the room. The room's in reverse, love is in reverse, and sorrow is in reverse. I just think somebody wants to, you know, reconnect with somebody or connect with somebody. It might be from the past, it might be somebody brand new. It doesn't really matter, because, you know, this month's not happening. We've got sorrow in love. And I'm not saying like any, you know, necessarily great disaster here. I'm just thinking that, you know, the timing's off. And the timing might have been off for a wee while, you know. We have got the Wheel of Fortune in the past here. So there might have been a time for something. And I think that's the card of waiting, constance. So, you know, there's something that's kind of been unchanging or not moving in your favour for a wee while. And maybe because of children. Maybe because of some sort of, you know, sabotage involving you or somebody else. Looks like a masculine energy. But I'm just going to take you some advice, Libra, because it doesn't change anything, giving you all the wee, you know, bits and bobs. Okay. So I am desperately intended, hopefully, to get all 12 signs done for me. Alright? Within the next, you know, week, say. So I need to do something a little bit different to try and get the comments up. I don't get a lot of comments in my video. And I am going to pick one at random. That gets a short, you know, 20-30 minute reading. Gosh, where'd that come from? 7 of Cups. This is feeling like a bit of a headache. I actually do feel somebody may be in separation from someone. And it doesn't need to be like, you know, a romantic love story here. You might just be like, you know, in a different location, you know, isolated or secluded in some way in the 12th house. Ignite your passion. Good grief. Now, as much as I'm saying somebody needs to stick a pin in it because I think they're going to overreact, there isn't enough fire in this reading. There really isn't. And there isn't enough courage to do something either. I do think that's hilarious that the direction guardian's in reverse. I don't know what direction to go in. This is east, west, north and south. Choose your path. You have to ignite your passion in some way, and that can be a very sexual card, especially with Loathis coming through. So there might be something that, you know, really does get your motor running. But I'm just saying with the direction guardian, it's not about choosing your path, because I think somebody knows where they want to go. I just don't think for whatever reason they're able to do it this month, and that's okay. It's just a month. Anyway, I got distracted, did I not? Yeah, I'm just going to pick a comment at random from any of the 12 videos, and then I'll do a wee mini video, so make sure you're subscribed and your bell's filled in to announce who the winner is. And that winner will then obviously have to provide an email address, because they'll get an email reading from me. So, yeah, you know what I mean. A link to the reading. It will still be a regular reading. All right, bit rusty. Talk to you soon.